Hi friends! Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in to Wonder with Kim once again. Today I don't have a book review for you because October 10th is World Mental Health Day, and I thought I would talk a little bit about my own experience with depression and hopefully spread some awareness. And I think it felt like awareness was especially important this year with all the craziness. So let's talk about it. And of course, there is still a fun fact at the end of the video, as with all videos. And I'm especially excited about the fun fact for this week. So let's get into it. I can only speak to my own experience, of course. It's different for everyone, but maybe you felt the same way, or you know someone in your life who struggles with depression and or anxiety. And I'll also go over what not to say to a depressed person. So maybe this will be helpful for you, or at least somewhat informative. When I get depressed, usually the first thing that happens is that I'm really tired and overwhelmed. I know for some people, getting out of bed is really hard, but for me, usually getting out of bed is fine. I'll drink my coffee, that's something to look forward to, which is always good to have. But if I need to go to a grocery store, for example, I will feel extremely overwhelmed. Like everything is too loud out there, too sunny, too windy, there's too many cars, too many people. It's just whatever it is, it just feels stressful and like a sensory overload. I think it was just made a little worse, like with the pandemic, like there's always like kind of the stress level, and then the pandemic just like pushed it up, and then just, wear a mask, where's my antibacterial, and then I have to worry about COVID. And so I think it just kind of exacerbates the situation. And even like small things like picking out clothes to wear to go to the grocery store will become an incredibly difficult task when you're dealing with depression. So sometimes I'll like tell myself, you got this, you can go to the grocery store, just one thing today. But then I'll get to the closet and then just stand there like frozen, because like I don't know, I can't put on clothes. I don't know. And this may seem not logical, and I know that it isn't. I've gone to the grocery store 100 times. I've gotten dressed every day. And so this shouldn't be hard, but I think that's the thing with depression. Like things that should come easily don't anymore. And a lot of times I'll just tell myself, just get over it. You have a brain, use it. But the thing about depression is that you can't think your way out of it. I think for me, I've had to learn to be okay with that. Telling myself, take it easy. You don't have to go to the grocery store today. You don't have to go outside. You don't have to get things done, and that's okay. A lot of times I feel accomplished only so long as I cross things off my to-do list, but I have to remind myself when I'm dealing with depression that I'm not just a task machine, and I'm a human being with complicated emotions, and maybe today is just a day where I sit and not do anything, and that's okay, and only do the things that I'm going to be comfortable with, and that's okay. So I think you don't always have to be contributing or achieving or gaining, and just being is fine. It's good. And then usually on those days when I'm tired and overwhelmed, like I'll kind of hibernate for the day, and then by the nighttime I'll feel ready to go for a little walk, and usually that's helpful because it's more quiet. There's less cars out, less people. I can look at the stars if it's not cloudy out, and I've had the whole day to sort of realign my thinking, and hopefully I've had the whole day to be gentle with myself and letting myself be. So second biggest thing that I noticed during depression is that it's really hard to focus. I'm a pretty intense person. If I have a task, I'll go hard. I'm so intense that people have described me as a snowplow, and if there are people in the way, usually they get hurt. People have told me this affectionately, and I'm okay with that. I've come to accept this. But depression definitely puts a damper on that, and so I think it's interesting because like even my identity almost feels like it gets taken away from me. And I try to read, but I can't. I try to write, but I can't. I can't. Like everything that I have done or want to pursue even, it just feels like I can't. And there is a large part of me that is the depression that says it doesn't matter and whatever I do doesn't matter. Yeah, depressing. So here again, I think I have learned that I need to go easy on myself. So do just a little of something, read one single small poem. Don't have to read a whole novel or even chapters. Browse on Pinterest. Look at cool art that makes you happy, or watch a movie, something fun and mindless and entertaining, and most of all, don't feel guilty about it. One of my most recent discoveries about myself is that I love just sitting and listening to music. Before I would go for a run and listen to music and wash the dishes, finish the chores, but recently I just sat and just listened to music, and it was like the best feeling. And I think it helped me to take the focus off myself and turn my attention completely to something amazing that someone else has created. It's a way for me to marvel, wonder, be in that state and not feel guilty about it or rush yourself out of it. I don't think wonder has to be this like constant like enthusiastic state of being. I think you can be like, this is cool and it's chill and I'm digging it, so I'm just gonna stay here for a while, and to do that and to be okay with that. So I'm gonna go over some quick tips of what not to say to a depressed person. Of course, if you have said any of these things, it's okay. I've said some of these things because I lack compassion. But we're all learning and growing and trying our best, so let us learn together. Some people have told me if I tell them that I'm dealing with depression, people will be like, but just be happy, just dance or whatever, and it's like, or okay, but that's not possible. Like, it's not physically possible for me to feel all of these things. Other people will say, just be thankful, you have all this stuff, you're not poor, you're not hungry, you have a loving husband. And this is not great things to say, because then you're just making me feel guilty for not being thankful and saying that my life could be so much worse. And it's true, it could be so much worse, and then I'll get more depressed because I will feel guilty, and then I'll spiral down into these questions of like, and why is it so much worse for people? Like, why is poverty still existing to this day, and why aren't these people like millionaires helping these people out, and why are we living in this world, and why is this world this way? And then it'll just keep going and going, and not a great place to be. And this one I've been guilty of several times, is saying just take more vitamin D, get a sun lamp, try a tanning salon, insert whatever item here to make you happy. And the reason I say these things, I've realized, is because I love practical solutions to any problem. Unfortunately, depression is not like a one and done kind of deal. You don't just like, ding, sun lamp, depression, done. Unfortunately, we can't apply our instant gratification consumer culture to mental health. Just doesn't work like that. Depression is a daily, sometimes hourly, minute to minute sort of struggle, and 1 hour might be going great, and then all of a sudden the next hour it's like really not. I think the most helpful times have been when people genuinely want to listen. They're not like trying to fix you or fix your depression, but they are trying to understand how you're feeling, and really just listening. And for me, and for a lot of my friends who struggle with depression, just knowing that someone else sees your pain acknowledges how hard it is, and especially doesn't belittle it, I think is the most helpful for being a good friend to a depressed friend. And if you're not into sitting down to listen, that's okay too. Just say like, that's hard, I'm sorry, let me know if there's anything I can do. And then check in once in a while via text. If you try to force yourself to bear someone's burden, that's already not a great start. If you already think of that person as a burden, don't go there with the depression. Let them find someone else who will be able to listen and really be helpful. So know yourself, know your limits, be okay with your limits, and I think those are the things that are going to help you be a good friend, ultimately. But this is just my opinion. And all of that is just my own take on my own experiences. You can find lots of other resources on YouTube. World Health Organization also has some great resources on their website. And you can also look at any of your local therapists. I know that's kind of a process where you need to find the one that works for you. So yeah, find what works for you. And let me know if you've struggled with this, or if you've found different ways to cope, and I'd love to hear about it. On to the fun facts of the week, because this is also a way for me to cope. This past Tuesday, so September 30 to October 6th, was Fat Bear Week. What is Fat Bear Week, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. Fat Bear Week is like a March Madness style competition that is hosted by Katmai National Park. And basically you get to choose your favorite fat bear. And I'm just gonna read you this article because it was hilarious. So only one bear will emerge victorious in the knockout elimination contest, which pits 12 plump ursine contenders against each other. The poll involves some genuine heavyweight contenders, including defending champion Holly, also known as the Queen of Corpulence. She'll have to beat a field that includes Otis, a seasoned competitor with an impeccable pedigree, having won Fat Bear Week twice previously. Other competitors include big-bootied Walker. These brown bears are so portly due to a crucial process called hyperphagia. So adult male bears in Katmai are among the largest in the world, usually weighing 600 to 900 pounds, but during this time they balloon to more than 1,000 pounds in preparation for their winter dormancy. So the extra weight is important because a bear can lose up to a third of its body mass during hibernation. So putting on a large amount of weight in this instance is vital for good health. That is Fat Bear Week, and I am happy to announce that my bear won the Fat Bear Week. My bear was 747. I mean, just look at his face, you know? How would you not vote for him? Yep. So that is the fun fact of the week. And let me know if you have any books that you want me to review or types of books that you want me to recommend. I would really appreciate your feedback in the comment section, since I am learning about this whole YouTube video making thing. I am very excited about converting my closet into a mini home studio, so be on the lookout for that, and I'll see you next time.